when you look at the percentage-wise, like, okay, do you do this, do you not do this? I want to make something very clear. I'm not saying you don't text. I'm not saying that you don't email. I'm not saying that you don't do these things. You know, that's the radical approach that when something doesn't work, we go, well, it doesn't work for anything. That's not the truth. Again, NAR just came out with something, Realtor.com came out with something a couple days ago of what frustrates people the most, okay? And number 2 and number 3, or number 3 and number 4, was basically how we communicate with them. That it's inefficient and that we're not communicating the way that they want, okay? And so there are times when we communicate in ways that people are looking for, like text message, like those things. I mean, one of the first questions you ask somebody when you're working with somebody, one of the worst questions you ever ask is, when are you available? Because now you're setting the tone that whenever you're available, I'm available. My time is not valuable, whatever you need. That's not the question. The question you should be asking people is, how do you want to be communicated with, okay? That's a different level of communication. So if they're texting, you text back. When I look at video from the perspective of how I'm initiating contact, okay? Because if you want, you guys know, open rates are higher when they see you because now there's a real connection. It's one thing to X somebody out and not listen to somebody who, again, is just a text or just writing like anyone else. It's a completely different decision to look at someone's face and decide not to listen. It's like now you've rejected them, not just the message. It's similar to, I was on vacation a couple weeks ago, there was a huge cockroach, and my son says to me, well, just step on it. And I'm like, this isn't killing a fly. I'm gonna have to actually murder this thing. Like, I'm gonna have to, maybe 4 different shots to it. Like, it's a different level of killing for this thing, right? Communication is the exact same way, right? We have these different levels of how they hit us and what they mean to us. And there's a potential, there's a life cycle and a potential on written word, which can still be very powerful, but there's only so far it can go without the other 93% of communication, which is what video does. So you communicate with people the way they want to, text message, email, whatever it may be, but how you initiate is really going to be how you set the tone for what they think about you and what they feel about you, and more importantly, when they see you, what's the narrative that comes to mind? Right. Because more times than not, that narrative that comes to mind, that story they think of when they see you, is going to be the life term of how long they stay with you. Because if they see you like every other agent, you're gone. They're going to wait until they're going to go find their property themselves. They're going to see who responds the fastest. But when they relate with you as the person they see and there's a story behind it, now they're going to search you out when it comes time to see a house or it comes time to sell, because they associate more than just words with you.